Hello, it was great to see such a large crowd out there on Monday in Dublin, and the beginnings of a countrywide rally against this crazy, silly, dangerous idea of uncontrolled immigration into Ireland. It's very, very dangerous for her. And let's just admit it, that controlled and vetted immigration policy will make Ireland safer. And it'll also stop us spending a heap load of money on economic migrants who are milking this country into oblivion. Mass immigration makes housing more expensive, makes our wages lower because you have competition with unskilled labour. It puts pressure on our access to medical services and also our access to schools and education for our children. And it's just not good for Irish society. But of all, to let in thousands of unvetted males, we don't know who they are, where they're from, is very, very dangerous. One aspect which I noticed there on Monday was, and I was very pleased about, was the prominence of what we can call the Buggy Brigade. Young women with children in prams, they're out because they're worried about the security of their kids, and they're right to be worried. And it's great to see them standing up, coming out, getting together actually, and I think it's great. We show that we are a nationalist group, a nationalist movement. We're pro-family. As we know, no country has a future without children. Ireland needs more children, and we should, as a society, cherish and show it through the tax system, through various means, cultural means and economic, fiscal, taxation means. We must show that Ireland cherishes our children, that Ireland needs more children, and to help and encourage young families who want to have children. So that's why it was great to see the Buggy Brigade out in force. And it just shows these women with buggies and stuff, they're not far right. They're just, in regards to safety and stopping open border immigration, they're just dead right. And we should always be careful of the language. Let's not get caught into the idea of repeating the language of our enemies. Just say that we're dead right and that we are concerned parents who are worried about the security of our country and the future of our country, the security of our children and the future of our country. One aspect which is incredible was there was a counter-protest by an NGO, all funded by the state and taxpayer, of course, called hÉireann, which means in Irish, together, of course. But it wasn't very together because as this no-border mob, and that's what we'll call them, not pro-refugees, they're a no-borders mob. Old crusties and socialists, work-shy, unwashed, but funded by the taxpayer, many of them. They hold up posters, no borders. So no borders means you have no country. So they're anti-Irish, anti-nationalist. But at this hÉireann rally, at this no border mob rally, down at the back, they were shouting up at the front about women's rights and blah, blah, blah. And then as the walkers went past, what happened? Then you had a large gap. And what did you have then? You then had a group of men and some boys, but all men, men only, no woman there, and had all up about the Quran. So at the end of this No Borders Mob rally, there was a segregated group off at the end of men only with beards and signs all about Islam. This No Borders mob is used like a aircraft carrier or a Trojan horse to bring in the conquest of radical Islam into Ireland. Who asked for that? Who ever approved for that? I've never given consent. I've never been asked. I've never consented to the Islamic conquest of Ireland. And shows you how stupid this no border mob are, because all the feminists, they will cut their throat. There's no equal rights for women in Islamic countries. And for all the LGBTIQ lobby who are shouting about let's have no borders, Well, the Islamic crowd, as we can see in the Middle East in recent years, just throw homosexuals off buildings. And we saw what happened in Sligo when we allowed these people in because they were